don't pay. Oh,
Come on, man. Come on, man. I wanted to make a Mac Hami reference, but I couldn't put it together with the Pray for Haiti. At the R.
man,
But
talk to me. What we said.
yo, so I'm not the biggest fan. Well, let me put it like this, right? I've only watched Insecure under duress, right? Something very important to me, something very valuable was being held hostage, and I was forced to watch Insecure in order to get that to secure the safety of that thing, right?
The
And so
vulnerable are powerful now. Speak your truth. Speak your
big
truth.
facts. Big facts. So that's not to say that I don't mess with Issa. I think she has a very important place in the culture. I haven't really dove into Insecure like that, right? So when I heard that Issa Rae has a new show called Rap Shit, I was like, this has a high potential for being something that I like a lot. You feel me? Checked it out. Recommended to my brother. Here we are. Zway. First of all, did you rock with Insecure? I feel like you did. I feel like you were an Insecure fan. And then how does that compare to this? And what was your thoughts going in?
I really did enjoy Insecure. I think Issa Rae is I think Issa Rae gives a very refreshing take on the black girl narrative. I think her break of the third wall when it comes to Insecure was able to give her a very unique style of storytelling. So even if you don't know, if by watching this you can tell it's an Issa Rae story, not because it is not because it's the same story told again, but in the manner in which that story is told, having multi character leads, having the break of the third wall to a certain extent. Obviously, in Insecure, there was a portion of her character in that show that was very hip hop oriented, where she would it would almost act as her internal monologue was through rap and hip hop, right? So she would break the third wall through her rap internal monologue. So this new offering is very much in line with that and builds off of that that voice. So it's a common voice, and to build a universe around that and take it into a whole different level where it doesn't feel like it is the Insecure internal monologue show, but an entire show on its own. I think it's a pretty cool creative development, man. And it's very hip hop to its core in a way that hip hop is moving now, which is just a whole bunch of uh, real hip hop stories told from ladies, man. And ladies are taking over hip hop at the moment.
I don't disagree. I don't disagree. I really wanted to like this show when I jumped into it. And I no, let me rephrase that. I wanted to love this show when I jumped into it, and I like it. I think there's a lot of really, really promising things here, but for everything I really like, there's something I kind of am like, it's very almost, right? So we'll start with the flowers. This might have some of the best music in a show ever that I've seen in terms of hip hop. Like the more times I was like thinking about what song is this? Like this show hit few Young Dolph tracks, some light skinned Keisha tracks. Like there's some fire in terms of the music. The performances, I gotta start with Mia. Mia Knight, played by Chameleon. I know this person. I know I know this female right here, right?
We all know Amia.
Man,
God bless the Mias.
man. And like it's more in her, and here's what I mean by everything I like, there's like a little bit of a drawback, right? In her, whenever she's alone or whenever she's in her apartment or whenever she's just like interacting with the audience or like her social media, man, it is uncanny. Like I know this person. It breaks down a little bit when she's bouncing off some of the other characters in conversation, right? It doesn't always hold up. Though I do really like her relationship with RJ Seiler, dude from The Harder They Fall. I was so glad to see him in this. They're back and forth as baby parents is really funny, but also really like really dope. Um, to the main character, kind of Shauna, played by Ada Osman. I like her presence. I like her. I like everything except when she's delivering the raps. The raps from her don't really they don't really hit for me, and maybe it's because I immediately think of the Rhapsodies. I immediately think of the Cirocs, like the women that she's representing, and it's hard to not compare her to the actual people that she's trying to represent. But other than that, I really loved her performance, man.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
What did you think about some of the performances in here?
Off of that, I don't think she's trying to. I could see how you would say she's trying to present that Rhapsody, that lane of conscious female hip hop, which we would encompass around Rhapsody, around rap, around No Name as well. There's a host. There's a host of them, right? And I could see how we could say that. I did think that it was a bit exaggerated, taking on the mask and all of that. I did think it leaned very hard into that stereotype of what an angry black female rapper would be. But I think the internal conflict on how do I get music that is true towards the art craft but still fitting towards what people are enjoying right now, what that can be. And I think that's like the balance they're able to strike, where technically, from a technical perspective, this hip hop is dope. Like the manner in which the music is being given out, the manner in which they're delivering music, they're layering it, the ad libs, the production, it's clean. It's very, very clean. On that point too about the good music around, you weren't a big Insecure fan, but Insecure, in fact, I think has some of the best music on a show ever, ever, ever. The Insecure playlist is Insecure alone. You just can watch that show for the music. That was a show where you keep the Shazam going. And on this, rap shit is definitely very much slanted towards the Miami vibe, the bounce, the scene, this contemporary hip hop sound. There is some R&B that flows into it, but that's also another point of that would show that it's an Issa Rae production, is the very focused attention to detail when it comes to the music that's playing around.
Yeah, you can tell that somebody who really cares about. There wasn't gonna. That's an easy one to miss, right? You make a show about hip hop and the rap's not really there, right? But whoever they put in charge of curating that music is definitely killing it. I appreciate what you said about the Miami vibe too, right? Like I said, I didn't watch too much of Insecure, but I definitely felt a similar feeling, right? You could tell Issa's stamp is all over this from the jump. And then something I did remember from Insecure was how much the setting played a role, how much they really was it LA? They really had the city, like they really incorporated that. And even from the slang that the subtitles wasn't picking up. It's funny to watch the show with subtitles because they ain't catching everything. But JIT is a Southern Florida term, right? It's they incorporate in here. All the slang, the way that people are doing their hair, the type of music, like you said. I love that Miami is a character on the show as well. And like you said, man, the angles are on point, right? There's so much interesting things to talk about in hip hop, from artistic integrity to what does it take to make it in terms of, is it a viable career option? You have two people with a baby that are kind of relying on music and some side hustles to kind of make it. And the question of responsibility in that. So many dope angles that they could address, that they are addressing. And it's just a hit or miss whether those conversations hit. But I'm very happy that to see them being had on screen. Yeah, man, very, very interesting to see where this goes. I'm gonna keep checking it out, but I don't know, like, if it was like a week to week thing, if I'm hooked yet. So
I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
It is a great show to watch with your lady. If you Definitely a very, very good show to be able to watch with your lady, because it does touch on a lot of cool relationship points, which are really dope. It's always a cool show to be able to balance out. Okay, I enjoy the music side of it. I enjoy the content side. The funny, and I think this is the genius in how the writers and the producers of this show have done, is that they've carved a way to be able to insert the, when you're watching something happen, you want to react to it, and in this day and age, a lot of people are reacting through things, through Twitter, through live, through comments, and the comment section on the live, anytime they're live, in the comment section is so hysterical. I think that's some of the funniest stuff on there, man. So there's so many nuances of just great writing. You were watching when he was arguing with this girl, and they were bringing up baby girl, that the lawyer girl that he was talking to. In the comments, you got somebody be like, "Oh no, baby girl catching a stray," and it's just extremely funny and good writing, man. So I think this is very enjoyable. Definitely something we'll keep checking out. Shout out to Issa Rae for putting out something that speaks towards, and what I like is that it's not girl hip hop, because that doesn't exist anymore. It's just a straight hip hop story is what it is, but it's still very feminine in its nature. It's very, it's very soft, it's very beautiful, it's very sexy. And that's an important part that hip hop is growing to, where hip hop is not just dude hip hop and girl hip hop. This is not like the NBA. Hip hop is just hip hop right now. And I think they do a great job at being able to balance that with the characters. I'm excited to see where it goes.
Yeah, no doubt, man. No doubt. Definitely enjoyable watch. The social media comments killed me a couple times too. When Shorty was doing her OnlyFans thing, and bro was like, "Yo, your comforter is trash, ma." I was dying. So yeah, man. All for creative shows like this that show care for the culture. Period. I think this fits in with this little age of renaissance for African American TV that we're seeing, right? With the Issa Rae joints that she's making, with Atlanta, with even things like R.I.P. Jack Knight, man, Bust Down,
and Teddy Riley.
Yeah. So I love what we're seeing, man. I love what we're seeing.
Teddy Ray.
I'm gonna give. Yeah, Teddy Ray. Damn, man, for real.
Teddy Ray.
Rest in peace to Teddy Ray. Mm-hmm. It's crazy, man. Nothing is promised. Including things that aren't promised. Do we promise to give ratings to TV shows? Do we do that?
So far, man, I think this is pretty good. I would say this is a more enjoyable first watch than Atlanta. Than Insecure for many. So if you struggle to get through Insecure because it is very dominated on a female narrative that maybe some folks might not be able to enjoy. I know a lot of women that don't like Insecure, and I know a lot of dudes that can't relate to it. Even though I think that it is very relatable, this might be more easier watch into it. Also Devontae Hines is the person who does the music for Rap Shit. He did the music for it, so I just wanted to be able to shout him out too. I'd give this a solid 4 out of 5 so far, man.
I'll take it. I think I'm closer to a 3, but I hope it grows on me a little bit. I'm gonna give it some time.